Hello everyone, this is Professor Casey again. Welcome back. Today we're discussing lesson 4. This is a very short one on point versus support. Okay, and what we're talking about here is the difference between point, which is also known as main idea, and supporting details. Okay, so this is something that I've tried to teach in a much longer version in the past, and I've decided to just kind of whittle it down to the basics and kind of what you need to know about this. So this may seem very familiar to some of you. Some of you may struggle slightly with this, but hopefully with some of the examples we give and everything, it won't be too bad. So to give you an idea here, okay, the whole idea of point, also known as main idea, is that we're talking about the general idea or opinion that's expressed in a writing passage of some kind. Okay, and what we have here in the little cartoon down here, right? This is the Peanuts cartoon with Snoopy, right? He's writing an essay of some kind, and he says, "Why dogs are superior to cats?" And then he says, "They just are, and that's all there is to it." Shortened to the point. Okay. So what he's giving us here is his entire main idea here is that dogs are superior to cats. Okay. Problem with this, and the joke that goes along with it, of course, is that he has no support for this, right? He has no supporting details. He says they just are, and that's all there is to it. Okay. Now, when we're talking about support, okay, support is whatever evidence is used to back up the point or the main idea. Okay, it's any kind of detailed information that you can give to show that whatever the main idea is really is what it is. Okay, and so the cartoon that we have here is a little bit more abstract. Okay, and the main idea of this one is the little caption at the bottom. It says, "School was not going well." Okay, and we have this little guy here holding his report card. And if you look closely enough, of course, it says he's got an F in biology, a D in math, an F in English, and a C in history. Okay, so he's not doing very well. Okay, and all of the grades that he's got on the report card are the support for the main idea that school is not going well. Okay, so this is a pretty simple and straight to the point, pardon the pun, little cartoon. Okay, it gives us a general idea of what this is about. Okay, so that's really what we're looking for here. Is we're looking for the difference between the main idea of whatever it is a writing passage is trying to get across to the reader, what they're supposed to take away from all of it, and then the support is just all of the details that back up the main idea. All right. So main idea again: school is not going well, and the support is everything that's on the little report card here. Now here's another one, okay? This is another cartoon, okay? And we have the difference between point and support once again, okay? This time the dog is talking to its owner, okay? Dog says, "First my ball rolled under the sofa, then my water dish was too warm, then the squeaker broke on my squeaky rubber pork chop. I've had a horrible day and I'm completely stressed out." Okay? So, of course, all these things are horrible things to happen to a dog. A human being would look at most of this and just kind of roll their eyes a little bit. So what we're looking for here is this little writing passage, right, is giving us two different things. It's giving us a main idea or a point, and it's giving us support, okay, the supporting details. Now, sometimes it's easy to tell, which is which, okay? Sometimes the point will come at the very beginning. Sometimes it's put at the very end of the passage, right? So it's kind of hard to find at some points. But in this case, the point of the cartoon is the very last sentence, right? "I've had a horrible day and I'm completely stressed out." That is the dog's point, okay? That's everything that the dog has said that comes before it is the support, okay? First, the ball rolled under the sofa, the water dish was too warm, and the squeaker broke on the rubber pork chop. Okay, those three things all are supporting details that add up to the fact that it was a horrible day for this poor dog. Okay. So again, this is what we're going to be looking for specifically in the examples on the next slide, and then again in the quiz that you have coming up after this. Okay, basically you'll see 4 sentences that are all put together in a similar fashion to this. Okay, and you have to decide which of the sentences is the main point or the main idea, and which 3 are the supporting details. Okay. So we have 4 sentences here. The burgers are full of gristle. The roast beef sandwiches have a chemical taste. The beef and burger shop is a poor fast food restaurant. And the French fries are lukewarm and soggy. Okay. So this is what your quiz is going to look like, okay? You have 4 different sentences like this, okay? And all 4 of these sentences, when they're put together, make up a story, right? They tell a story of some kind, okay? And one of these sentences is going to be the main idea or the point, and that's specifically what we're looking for here, okay? So one of them is the point / main idea, and the rest of them are the supporting details, okay? So in this particular instance, the Beef and Burger Shop is a poor fast food restaurant, okay? That is the main idea of all this, okay? It's the opinion or the statement that's being made concerning the entire story, okay? It's what the audience is supposed to take away. And all the other points that we have here, all the other details, I should say, are all evidence to suggest that this is a horrible fast food restaurant. Okay? You don't want to eat at a place where the burgers are gristly, the roast beef sandwiches have a chemical taste, or the French fries are soggy. Same thing here. We have another example. My little brother is really getting into the spirit of Halloween. Today I found a plastic spider in my cup. Last night there was a bloody rubber hand on my pillow. And this morning a cardboard tombstone was in the yard. Okay? Same thing here. These 4 sentences all tell a story, okay? And what we're looking for, again, is the one sentence that sums up everything else, okay? That basically acts as an umbrella, if you want to think of it that way, for all of the other sentences. And in this case, it's the first one. My little brother is really getting into the spirit of Halloween, okay? All the other 3 sentences underneath it are evidence to suggest that, okay? It's everything that says that these are activities that the little brother is engaging in. Here's another one. It says, spanking teaches physical violence. Spanking is a bad idea. Spanking has more to do with the parent's lack of self-discipline. And many studies have shown that spanking does not work. Okay? So this one's a little bit more controversial. Take from this what you will. Okay, this is just an example that I was able to find for this. So this one's a little bit harder maybe to discern, okay, because we have 4 different sentences that are all very similar to one another, okay? And usually a thing to look for when you're looking for the main idea or the overall point of something like this is usually it comes across as an opinion, okay? Something that is not necessarily just a factual statement, but it seems to have some kind of bias one way or the other. And bias just means that you have an opinion that is coming through, okay? Something that is reflecting in that statement. And in this particular case, spanking is a bad idea is probably going to be the main idea, okay? Saying that something is bad or a bad idea is an opinion, okay? Not everybody will agree with this, right? And everything else that goes along with it tends to be more factual, okay? All of the supporting details are basically facts that build up to an opinion of some kind, okay? So all the other ones on here are the supporting details. All right, now on to the last one here. The neighborhood is not a safe place to play. Large stray dogs roam the streets, gangs hang out in the park, broken glass litters the ground of the playing fields. Okay? Again, same type of thing here. All 4 of these sentences, when put together, tell a story of some kind. Okay? And again, we're looking for the one statement here that is basically putting forth an opinion, perhaps, of some sort, and is actually, engrosses everything else that we're talking about here. And of course, it's the first one. The neighborhood is not a safe place to play. Okay, calling something safe in one person's mind is going to be a little bit different than in another person's mind. Okay, so saying that it's not a safe place to play is, getting you a little bit of an opinion put across here. And again, all the other ones that go underneath it are factual evidence to back that up. Okay, so again, this is all something that we can talk about it all day long. Okay, this is a very simple idea, really, but one that people tend to complicate more often than needs to be. Okay, so this is the kind of the general tone of everything when it comes to point and support. Okay, for the main idea or the point, look for a statement that has an opinion in it, and then all the other ones that come with it usually are going to be factual statements, okay? Something that backs it up as evidence. And usually they're either a little too broad or a little too narrow to count as the main idea, okay? So look over this a couple more times if you need to, and then head on over to the quizzes section and take the quiz for lesson 4. Thanks, everyone.